So
you see your naked body. Ben's been waiting all morning.
Free the
Nick
nipple.
his day.
There's that nipple.
There's not my nipple.
There's that nipple. I
All
know
right.
that nipple very well now.
Well, coaches, let's get started. And let's start off some celebrations. Celebration.
So I'm celebrating that we finally today, just now, got the fall weather in.
What's that mean, fall weather?
We went to bed in August and woke up in October. It's like 60 something right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know what's his name been running around in the 90s.
Yeah, it was 90s. Yes, it was in the 96 yesterday.
What the heck? Good for you. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Oh my gosh, you're right. Look at the weather.
But it'll be back in the 90s tomorrow.
Welcome to Texas. How about you guys? Jeff and Lindsay, you got to take off mute. What are you celebrating? Big J?
I'm celebrating that I got basically like systematized all the shit that I got going on in my life yesterday.
Ooh. What's that mean, systematized? You just took some time to make things systematized? What?
Yeah, so I just like got everything out of my brain and kind of just started putting it into chunks, and then added it to my calendar, and
You got to do it.
yeah, just like because I have a lot of shit, a lot of shit going on.
It's super organized.
Yes. Good shit. That makes you feel great. Woo! How about you, Miss Lindsay?
I'm celebrating that I'm going to talk to the owner of the studio that I work at to talk to her about partnering me with the Radass Women.
Partnering with the what?
With my Radass Women.
Radass Women. I like that. Radass.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said red ass.
Not red.
What does it mean to partner with? To have some classes, split the fees, rent a room, what?
Yeah, we don't know. I didn't know when I approached her. I just had been kind of getting a message of working with somebody else on it, and she is an awesome woman. She's already got a successful company going, and her and I are just becoming really good friends. So I just thought, hey, let's get together if you're open to it and just talk about what it could look like. Throw ideas out there. So
good job. Woo! We'll open up the conversation. Mm-hmm. All right, Ben, what are you celebrating? He's upright and alive.
I am celebrating a new client meeting on Wednesday.
Yes.
Since obviously we've set up the BD role here for me, I've approached a few, and a few companies have come back really keen to meet. So all good. Bring it on.
New business. Caleb?
Yeah, I want to acknowledge that I am late and I am committed to being on time. I am celebrating that I had like the most amazing conversations with my friend Sammy yesterday. Yeah, there's a lot going on in our lives as like 19, 20-year-olds, and I have a friend that I talk the most deep and like real conversations that I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm super grateful that like I got to connect with Sammy like on a completely different level yesterday. And that I'm grateful that I have someone who's my age that I get to talk to and not feel like alone, And I think that is like the biggest fucking thing that I realized yesterday. And I'm like so fucking grateful.
None of us can relate. None of us wish that we had someone our own age that could relate to us.
Yeah.
Shit, you can be struggling that rest of your life, son.
Yeah.
So good
So
job finding
I'm
someone
just super
important.
happy that yeah.
Yeah, serious. It's a gift. That is definitely a gift. Definitely a gift.
Yeah.
Dr. Jeff Buski is not going to make it. He told me when we scheduled this because of his appointment. So we made a deal that he has to watch this video and update us by the end of the day of his biggest takeaway, anything else I tell him after our call. So he's going to have homework. And that's going to be the same format, all of you guys. There's only 3 calls. If you miss the call without let me know, then you automatically will not be in the room. And you'll understand why in a minute. If you have the conversation, you negotiate what you need to do, you're still in integrity. Because you're going to see your ability to be a coach in this room is going to be bigger than you as a participant. It just takes you to the next level. You will be at the next level. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But just want to let you know where Dr. Jeff Buski was. And I'm recording it, right? Yep. Okay, I'm recording. All right. So let's tell you what's your purpose of being a coach. So why did you sign up? Why did you say you're going to do whatever it takes for the other person's transformation? Why will you be in the room? So let's start off there. Who's first?
So why did I sign up to do this?
Yes. Why are you a coach?
Well, for me, I feel naturally drawn to coaching people, but I don't feel that I have the skills yet to like lead people as best as I would like to. And so I really want the reps in it.
Good.
The experience.
Yeah, and for me, I learned a lot in August, and it's helped me to really turn my life around, my family life, certainly with my kids and with the business. It's given me a different mindset, attitude, and I just want to help people that are where I was, really. That's where I'm at.
For me, I really don't know what my life would be like without coaching, without mentors or people guiding me and pushing me to be the person that I am today. And I think pushing adults or just giving a different perspective as like a 19-year-old is very new, and I like being a different perspective as a 19-year-old who I guess pushes people from a different angle. Yeah, as a reflection of like a son or a younger a person in their life.
Great.
So I'm here, because I love teaching, and I feel very, very purposeful when I am teaching people to love themselves and to help them uncover stories that are holding them back. And just like Lindsay said, I'm here also to get reps so that I can build my own coaching in the future.
And do you know what audience you're going to coach?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've really decided yet.
Okay.
Because right now it's just like everybody.
Well, the part of the getting the reps, I think you're going to start seeing the journey. Naked nipples.
What did you say? Nipples?
Naked nipples.
Oh yeah, there.
Like, you gotta be like, oh yeah, Derek. So my reason for choosing to coach is just, well, not just, but whenever I'm in this work, I never feel like this is the only time where I actually feel like I'm doing what I'm purposed and called to do. This is what brings me the most joy, most passion is when I'm in this work, working with people, helping them free themselves from their own prisons and things like that, helping, marriages thrive and careers and people's bodies and their relationship with God. It's just, nothing fulfills me more in work when I do that. And I mean, it doesn't even feel like work. You know, they always say when you find what you love, you'll never work another day in your life. And this is the only thing that's never felt like work, except for when I'm trying to get y'all to complete the app. No big deal.
That does feel like work.
But yeah, this is what I love to do, and I don't care to do anything else.
Okay, so Lindsay, I just want to make sure I got this. You want more tools and reps to be a coach. Anything else that I miss?
No.
Okay, and Ben, help others where you're at. So you want to give back and keep on filling your cup.
Yeah, and just I didn't know what my vision was, and once I found out what my vision was, it gave me energy. It gave me help people find what their vision is.
Okay, and Caleb, yours is giving a different perspective, push people into it from a different angle. Yep. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Derek, yours is oh shoot, I got in the wrong space. No, that was right, Ben's. Wait. Oh, that's why I wrote the wrong name here. Jeff, yours is you love teaching, you feel purposeful in teaching, and people have to love themselves and cover stories are holding back. You're getting reps to be your own coach. Correct? And later, Derek, you feel purpose in your calling. You're not working, right?
Thank you for mansplaining that. Yes.
Yes. And then one thing I do want to make sure you guys know is as a coach, we do not teach. So you guys got to get that. Make sure you know that there's no teaching. And I've talked to Jeff Buski about this a lot of times. He is a natural teacher, but in coaching, you cannot teach. We reveal, and there's a distinction. So what's the distinction between teaching and revealing?
Not telling them how something is, you're leading them to have it revealed to themselves.
Over what?
To discover and answer themselves.
And what I found on the training was when I did it, because that's how I can relate to it, is there's no you don't give us answers, you ask us questions, and it comes out of us. So there's no telling, or like you say, teaching. It's more asking questions and helping people get it out of them.
That's right. So Ben, think of it this way: if we didn't do the org chart, or we did the org chart at your office, and I said, "This is your position. This is Darren's position. This is this person's position," would you have not given me more resistance than when you discovered it yourself? When we defined the roles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Anytime you tell someone this is what they are, they literally feel like you put them in a box. And like when we labeled these roles and these job descriptions that we're talking about, Ben looked at me and goes, "You motherfucker, you already knew." And when he discovered it, he goes, "You bitch." He told me. And the point of that is, it's not, see, here's the part of coaching that we have to let go of. It's our commitment to get other people transformation. We have to watch our ego, because our ego wants to say, "Hey, look how wise I am. Let me show you the answer." Then it becomes about us and doesn't come about them. If I would have showed Ben and Darren beforehand what the org chart needs to look like, they, one, would resist me. Two, I would have lost them connection-wise. But when I let them self-discover these roles, what's natural for them to perform in, they came back to their own self-realization and they accepted that position. Because it was about them, it wasn't about me. So you guys, what are you hearing right there? Because that's a huge distinction that our flesh, our ego will constantly be wanting to do. Eating chips, please go on mute.
There's no empowerment coming from teaching. The answers are already in there. We're just leading them to it. And when you lead them to it, they feel more powerful and responsible for that outcome that you coach to.
That's absolutely right. There's no power. There's no power in giving answers.
Mm-hmm.
Then there'll be no power, even though you already know for your sons, giving them answers. That's why a lot of parents have no power over their kids, because instead of asking a question and letting them self-discover and even fail a little bit along the way, like in the training, you're about to see how the training unfolds. Day one, I already know before they get in, and they might not catch up to where we're at, and I have to trust the process going to day two. Okay? So got your pins, write down the first thing we do, we have to trust the process. If you want to go the ego, you have to trust the process.
And then you said, you worded it, being committed to their transformation, right?
Yes. What do you hear from that, Lindsay?
For me, what stands out really is it's not about me, it's about them. And I'm trying to give people answers. I'm just ultimately trying to feel better about myself, or, you know, feeding into my ego, even if it's well-meaning. But it's not going to give somebody the transformation that they deserve and are looking for if I do that.
Okay. Now I'm gonna flip everything upside down and give you this word paradox. A paradox is two competing realities, two realities in the same space, but they're competing in almost polar opposite. As a leader, as a coach, you're gonna have to live in paradox in this training. Because you just said it's not about me, it's about them, right? But it's also all about you, or there will be no them. Now watch this paradox. It's all about them, not about me. True. It's all about me, not about them. True. Two competing realities in the same space. Because if you don't show up to hold the space, there will be no training.
So true.
To hold the space means you have to show up grounded and this is the most emotionally draining part. Every exercise, every hour, every minute, you might have to shift to hold a different frame for them. And you have to shift your energy. So now, this sounds very funny, but don't take this out of context. It's in context of what we're saying. You literally have to become an actor. So the word actor comes from the word hypocrite. Do you know what a hypocrite is? When you think of someone's a hypocrite, what do you say? What do you think about them?
Not true to their word.
What? Say it again, Ben?
Not true to their word. They're a hypocrite. They contradict what they think and say and do. And
yeah, they contradict the perception you have of them. What else you guys hear?
Somebody who doesn't practice what they preach.
They're not practicing what they preach. So a hypocrite, the origin of the word hypocrite really means they're an actor. They're acting. They're not authentic. They're not genuine. Okay? That's why I said be careful in context. But an actor also plays a role. When you see, pops in my mind is, what's his name? He plays Benjamin Button.
Brad Pitt.
Tom Hardy.
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt plays Benjamin Button. He is not this person becoming old and getting young. He's not shrinking. He's what? Acting. He's playing a role or part. But what's the purpose of that? To evoke certain emotions. To set a frame for you feel a certain way. So we got to be careful with this word hypocrite because it's a beautiful word. We just have, you said something earlier, Derek. I manslated what you said. So I summarized what you said, right?
Mansplain.
Mansplain.
Mansplain, explain it. So that's what we did with the word hypocrite. We summarized it, we made it simple for ourselves, but the origin word is really a beautiful word. They used to say, oh, he's a great hypocrite. It wasn't a negative thing. It literally means it was that he played a role. So that's why there's going to be a lot of distinctions that break our brain and what we had in history and stories. And we have to let it sit in our box, be different stories. Oh, let me show you this.
Like one of the big ones to like just bring this, in my opinion, where I think this happens a lot is when you're committed to transformation, don't get to worry about what you look like in the process. Like because I always want to sound right, look right, say the right. But what I think that is may not necessarily be what helps that person break through for transformation.
Someone repeat what he said.
That's what I find quite intimidating, really.
Yeah, he was breaking in and out. Someone repeat what he said. What did you hear him say?
He said that
Derek said.
Derek said, like, inside of coaching, when you do this work, you don't get to look a certain way. You get to be committed to the end result. You don't get to look the way you want to. Yeah, you get to just support the process and getting just the end result, no matter what it looks like for you.
There you go. You get to be committed to result, not to an appearance. If you're committed to looking a certain way, you are in the wrong place. Because I'm telling you right now, you cannot control what people think you look like. You got to be committed to being. And every moment, we're going to ask you to be a certain way. And listen, holding space can literally be meaning this. We're just asking you to be silent and be focusing on each player in that moment and connecting with them. And you're like, energetically, you're shooting energy into that room that holds that space for either a laughter, anger, sadness, or you're holding space with your energy. Now, if the room is supposed to be somber and silent, and you're on the side writing notes and laughing, giggling, you just release fun energy into that room, and you're competing with the silence and somberness of it. Think about it. You go to a movie, and it's a sad part, and some people in the back are laughing, giggling, and why does everybody go, shh, and they get pissed off?
Yeah, sucks up the whole energy of everything.
They suck it out. They take them out of that room. They take them out of that moment. Does this make sense? Okay. So for you guys to hold space of a paradox, this is why it's going to be very complicated and hard for most people. In a paradox, this box represents your worldview. It represents who you are, represents what you do, it represents everything you believe. And everything you have in this box, in your worldview, your paradigm, are O's. Some of them are oblong, some are tiny, big, but they're all O's. Then all of a sudden, someone invites you to take this X and they put it inside your O box, your worldview, okay? This X is now sitting here with all these O's. What do you think you were going to do with that X?
Check it out.
Hell yeah. Get the fuck out. You do not look like one of my O's. Get out. It's natural, knee-jerk reaction. That's why we have to ask people to consider it, wear it, sit on it. But we have to say, hey, before you throw it out, before you throw this out, I'm asking you, will you just let it sit in here and consider? Consider, will you consider with me, okay, that maybe you had a contribution to the affair. So let me tell you a story. This changed the whole training in this one room. Caleb was there. This lady was a leader in this church. In Asian culture, you're older, you have money, wealth, influence, everybody wants to be like you. You basically become a prisoner to the church, and you have to put up this image. So her husband had an affair, didn't tell anybody. She's dying. She always puts up this fake mask that everything's good all the time, all that. So anytime you ask them how you're doing, everybody's always good. Well, fucking, you're living too small of a life. If you're always good, you're living too small of a life. You're always in your comfort zone. Or you're just on automatic, just saying you're good because that's what your culture is. Anybody told you. Say again?
You're full of shit if
You're full of shit, basically, right? Not everybody's always good. Man, I think I have the best life in the world. And man, I get stressed over everything. Fuck, I'm always stressed about the training. Do we get the products on time to give the thing? Fucking piece of shit product. I got shit product here that they misdone, labeled and all that. And I leave it there because it reminds me things don't fucking always happen in detail, right? So that's my shit. But I'm not always fucking great. I got stress going on, and there's nothing to be stressful about. I just make this shit up in my head. I make up these stories, right? So here's the deal. This lady was in there because she wants to divorce her husband and leave and look her bad in church and all that. I said, listen, are you here because your husband had affair? Yes. Are you angry at this? That? Yes. I asked her, would you consider what's your contribution to the affair? She shit in her pants. She got angry. You see this little Asian lady like, fuck you. How dare you say I have a contribution? Everybody in the room, all the air got sucked out because they're scared shit. Like, oh my God, you talk to the elder of the church that way? He's the one that had an affair and all this. And they never heard this shit in this Asian culture that she had a contribution to the affair. And she was about to chair across the room, walk out. If she walked out, it would have been shit show and all this. But I just said, yeah, just consider it. And she's like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, I mean, she was like, I lost her. The whole room, I basically lost her all. Like, what the fuck? The next day she came back, her whole life was changed. Why was her whole life changed? By me just asking that one question.
She's no longer a victim.
She's no longer a victim.
Yeah.
If you have a contribution to the issue, you have a contribution to the
Results.
Yep, the results. So listen, guys, if this call was only for you to learn that one thing, your whole life has transformed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what situation you're in. If you take 100% responsibility for a situation, guess what you're going to have?
Solution.
Not power.
You're going to have fucking power you never heard of before. You're going to have 100% power to the solution. Any business deal you lose, Ben, if you don't blame the circumstance, the weather, competitors, you say, I take 100% responsibility that I did not get this business deal, then you go back and look, shit, where did I do not step up? Caleb, I met with our old videographer for my old training, good friend. We haven't talked about a year and a half probably. I don't know, 2 years probably. But the point is, when we left, it was on bad terms. And I'll tell you what happened. We were in Australia shooting the training. He was shooting the training, all that. He was supposed to coach the people afterwards, but he wasn't showing up. So I made an audible. I said, okay, fuck it. You're not going to kill these people. They're all paying money to be coached, and you're not showing up. Fuck you. At the end of the training, these people get to pick who gets to train them, right? And so I made this whole fucking audible. Coaches that were not supposed to coach him were on the list to get chosen to coach the room or not and all that. And he didn't get chosen by one person. And that's feedback for him. The coaches gave him feedback and all that. And so his response to me yesterday was, I was angry at you because the story I made up. This was the language. This is the language he literally made up. He said, the story I made up was that you were just using me. I was giving 100%, and basically I was being used. I was being used. I didn't get a coach and all that. It's not, he didn't take no responsibility. He didn't show up. After 4 or 6 other coaches gave him feedback, you didn't fucking show up. He didn't say any of that. His story was, I was being used. He said he had to sit out, get out of his box. Listen to how powerful this is. He had to get out of that box, all his fucking O's, and let that X just sit in there. Then he realized I didn't show up. And then guess what he did? After 2 years believing I was a selfish bastard dick, taking advantage of him, he said, I didn't show up. And he took full responsibility, and he understood my perspective. Then what I told him, I was thinking about it. I let that X sit in my O box. And I was thinking, what else could I have done different? At that time, I did my best. I made it audible. But then what I didn't realize is how much it was going to impact you and hurt you. I can look in hindsight. We haven't talked in 2 years. And I said this. You know what I could have done? I could have said, I don't give a shit. You're not showing up now. You're coaching these motherfuckers. And I'm going to pour everything myself into you so that you won't fuck up my clients. That was another possibility. I just didn't see it at that time. But I took full responsibility. I said, how would you feel if I said that? That might have been what he needed to push him over. Okay? So listen, we'll always have X in our O boxes. Always. Your job as a coach, I'm going to say shit in there that's going to fuck you up. And you know what you're going to have to say?
Hell yeah.
You have to let this X just sit in here. You think you got fucked up when you were in the room just as a player? As a coach, there's some things can be said because it's gonna hit you in a different way. That's gonna fuck you up too. And you just gotta let them sit in there. And it's gonna look ugly and messy. And it's gonna fuck up your O's. But that's what it looks like to be a coach and a leader in this room. And this picture is a picture of paradox. So someone told me, what's the definition of paradox?
Two competing realities going in opposite directions.
Two competing realities going in opposite directions or at each other, but they're in the same space.
Yeah,
Two competing realities sitting in the same space. You look at your spouse sometimes and you say, I fucking hate you. At the same time, I'm committed to you. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I love you to death, and your fucking snoring pisses me off. You see what I'm saying? That sounds like, that fucking doesn't make sense. Because we've been taught, trained, and educated that everything's black or white. If you've been in a religious background, you've been taught, trained, educated, everything's black or white. It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit. That's very scarce. That's very small. The greatest leaders can hold paradox in the same space. Okay? Any questions that before we move forward? Paradox. Okay,
No, I'm just seeing it from a point of view of a lack of experience. So where I'm I've got to be careful what I say. You know, that's one thing that's on my mind is how do I not contradict, because I'm inexperienced, how do I not contradict where you're at and where the people need to be?
Great, Ben, that's great.
Ben.
I can show you how to hold the frame, but the best thing what you said right there is you ask a question committed to the person's transformation.
Yep.
That's the most important thing you need to know right now, Ben. Asking questions committed to person's transformation is going to keep you from putting your X's in a certain O box.
Yeah, that's
or
what
you resisting. So what's the answer, guys, to his question?
Stay in the 95%.
That's it. You already have the answer. The reason we feel so tempted to make statements are, this is how things are. Now watch this. You want to hear something funny? I'm not even exaggerating. Statement is this. What color jacket I have on? Can you guys see?
Black.
What color shirt Caleb have on?
I don't know.
What color shirt does Jeff have on? With some writing, but what color is the shirt? Black. How the fuck you know it's black?
I've got black on.
How does Boss have black on?
The camera says you have a black shirt on?
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
I was taught that's
You've been
black.
taught that. But how do we really know that's fucking black?
Because scientists defined it.
Somebody defined it.
How do we know that's a cuss word?
Yes. How do you know that's a cuss word? See how you say 95? Then you can't fucking make any statements. Listen, if you fucking think you know the whole truth of this universe, you can't be a fucking coach. Then you become a what? Teacher, a professor. Because once you start teaching, you have to defend what you teach. And you're no longer open to the 95%. You have to know that I know. Anytime you teach, even your children, Ben, your clients, Lindsay, anytime you teach somebody something, you're stuck to the 1%. I know that I know. And then you got to defend it. Then your whole world is 1%. That's small. Or you say, I know I don't know, and open up a little bit, 5%. But you have to defend it as you teach it. If you have certainty, then you're fucked because there's 95 more percent. You can't even see my hands. So, Ben, how do you not contradict any teaching in the room? What's your answer?
Stay in the 95%. Be curious.
So, Jeff and I are working on the copy, how do you say, I don't understand how to say copy another way, for sales copy the languaging of the training. And the one word that we came across, and Jeff loves it, and he says it well all the time, is customized. This training is customized. The best thing you're going to see, Ben, is there's nothing fucking the same because the people fuck up the training every time. It's customized. Yes, there's a flow. Yes, there's a certain exercise, but you're going to see, I was going to show you another sheet, but I didn't want to show it to you. I want to show you how we had to customize it to people in the room. I changed things around. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Fucking 95%. I got a flow, but if I'm insecure, I'm going to hold on to that flow, and I'm going to force you guys into this box versus let us create it together in the room. So you're going to see, best question you ask, Ben. Fuck, I'm inexperienced, nervous as shit. How do I not fuck up our context? Be curious. Now, you're that. You're going to be the most powerful coach in the room. You're going to be the most powerful person in any room. If you don't have any, listen, when someone asks you a question and you have to defend it, who's more powerful, the person defending it or the person asking the question?
When what, sorry?
When you're being asked questions, someone's asking you questions. How do you know
Yeah.
that's true, Ben? How do you know that's black? Who's more powerful? The person who has to say, well, it's black because scientists told us, somebody made a definition. And you start defending yourself. You're reacting. Or the person asking the question, who has more power?
Person asking.
Yeah, because I asked you a fucking 1,000 questions, and I'll get to the point where you don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I'll disprove you.
Yeah.
So you want to be fucking powerful? Be in the 95% in every aspect of your life. You want to sell a house, Jeff? Just ask 1,000 questions. Because here's why. The questions either go into their brain and it's analytical and they're fucking dead. Like they won't make a decision. You stop them. Or the question was going to their heart and then they'll take action because it evokes emotion. As coaches, we play up and down. We'll either destroy what they believe and just totally destroy it, or we evoke emotion in the heart so they take action. But either way, it's from questioning. And if you're a teacher, you're fucked. Professors can't do anything but defend what they know. They'll only read material, do research to defend what they're pushing out there as truth versus living in curiosity. You no longer become a student once you're a teacher. You want to be the best coach in the room? Stay a student. Kay's been in the room with me more than any of you guys, and he still doesn't know shit. You know why? I'm the fucking trainer, and I don't know shit. I keep on evolving, growing from everybody. Because if I train the same way I did 5 years ago now, you guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. If I keep on evolving, expanding, and growing as the audience and the transformation needed, the intensity of my training has got more intense. Because people nowadays are so fucked up with social media that there's no attention span. That my intensity needs to do a pattern interruption, wake their ass up. You guys make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back because there's a great interruption question, Ben. How are all of you guys as coaches going to add value to the training versus take away from the training, make it about you? How are you going to add value? How are you going to add results? Transformation.
By staying in the 95% and asking questions. And by being...
Go ahead.
What?
By being what?
Oh, I was going to say, and then by being committed to the results, not the way we look.
Always committed to the results. So here, anytime in the room, I give you permission right now. I don't care if you're helping out. We haven't talked about roles and all. Roles, R-O-L-E. Roles, like we're going to have somebody at the door. We're going to have somebody, what are the roles? Some sound,
Setting up chairs.
Lights. There's tons of roles. We'll talk about that later. That doesn't matter. You guys haven't passed the first conversation to even talk about roles yet. But when we talk about roles, it doesn't matter what role you have. Anytime someone says shit and your spirit's speaking to you, your voice is speaking to you, and you raise your hand and you get called on, you get asked any fucking question you want. Anytime. Even they said, my name is Big Hairy Dick. Excuse me? What was that? Did you just say your name is Big Hairy Dick? No, I said my name is Richard III. Sorry, my brain heard big hairy dick. Okay, thank you for the clarity. You will never interrupt the class. If you're asking a question, you'll never interrupt the class. Because all you're promoting is to live in the 95%. Ben, you can show up like a fucking beast. All you're committed to is asking questions.
Yeah.
There
You
go.
can't ask the wrong question. Can you ask the wrong question? Can you take people off track?
What do you guys think?
Yes.
If the question's about what?
You.
Yeah. Anything, yeah.
Yeah, because here's how the question can be about you. Wait, let me think something. Okay, Melissa is sharing about her husband named Jeff in the room. Remember? Even though we had fucking 2 other Jeffs in the room. I'll let you stop. Melissa, wait a minute. I heard you say something about your ex-husband. What was his mom and dad's name? That's a question, right? But where did I just take the conversation when I asked about his mom and dad, Jeff's, her ex-husband's mom and dad's name?
Away from the actual problem.
Out of context.
Yeah, out of context.
Maybe I want to know because in my mind, I believe that the mom dad influences the son a lot, and I miss that part in my mind because stories are going in my head while she's telling her story. Remember the conversation? We have a conversation about the conversation. We have a conversation about our own conversation at the same time. So the possibility here is, yes, you could take him out of context based on your question.
Right.
But stay in curiosity. You don't have to ask every fucking question. But questions that open up that context, makes that box bigger. We're talking about divorce, questions that help that. We talk about this, questions that help open this. Does that make sense? Parenting.
Yeah.
Don't ask other questions. Keep on parenting. Keep on divorce. Keep on profession, business. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, we got 20 minutes left here. I'm going to show you one day of the training, and we're going to go over some principles. Derek and Caleb, your job is to tell me the 5 distinctions that all the people in the room need to know. So start thinking about it. We already had trust the process, and we didn't think the other one. You're going to drop it in on this conversation as we share the training. Where the hell is my training? Oh, I got to open up the sheet. That might help you guys. Close this. I changed the tab. There it is. Come back to you. Here we go. Okay, we're going to focus on the training, and I'm just going to give you a couple of highlights here. We're not going detail on all of it. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So the training looks like this. I can't see. Okay, the training looks like this. Thursday night is the power of integrity. You need to be writing this down because you guys got to literally memorize this because these are the frames for each day. And then there's going to be baby frames inside of it. But the whole purpose of Thursday night is show you the power of being in integrity and being in the light. The main exercise is they have to be in the darkness with the blindfolds. Ben's favorite thing.
Hey. Putting a bra. I love putting a bra on my face.
Then Friday night is the source of integrity.
Friday night. Sorry, did you say?
Friday, the whole day Friday.
Friday. What was it? Sorry?
The whole
Source
purpose of Friday is the source of integrity. Where does integrity come from? And your integrity comes from your imprint or your greatest pain. Why does integrity come from your greatest pain, people? You better get used to being wrong and just guessing.
Because it's, I would say because that's usually in the dark, and if you have things hidden in the dark, then not in integrity.
Okay, because things are hidden in the dark, then you're out of integrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the source of integrity is taking that pain that's in the dark and doing what?
Bring it in into the light.
Bring it into the light. See, good distinction and understanding of the word integrity. You can't understand a word until you know its polar opposites. Integrity is being whole and complete, standing in the light. Nothing Small, great, nothing's hidden in the what? Shadows or the darkness. So what's the source of integrity? Holding your word, honoring your word, bringing some out of the darkness into the light. Now your word can be fully seen, what you need to hold your word to and honor your word with. Does that make sense? So what's the source of integrity? Your greatest pain. That's the greatest source of integrity you have. For me, it's not having a father, not knowing who I am, my identity. So what's the source of my integrity? Knowing that I'm whole and complete, lacking nothing. What was my greatest pain? Knowing that I didn't count. I don't have a purpose. No one's giving me the Father's blessing. Do you guys see how that dance works? The two polar opposite? So for us to find the source of their integrity, we got to find the source of their pain, their greatest pain at that moment. As some people go down the journey, you're going to see they find other sources of pain that might have been greater, but their brain would not let them reveal it at that time because it's too great. We have a lot of people in the room that have been sexually molested. Majority of people sexually molested has been by family members. That's a great pain to be revealed and hurt. So if that's the greatest pain, what's their greatest source of integrity if they were sexually molested as a child?
Bringing it in the light.
Yeah, but bringing what into the light? What's their source of integrity now?
Being in power, not the victim.
Being powerful, not the victim. If you want to see their source of integrity, everything they do, they are fully responsible and not a victim.
Mm-hmm.
That day is huge day. We'll talk about detail in a minute. Thursday is what?
Power
What's the theme of Thursday?
Power of integrity.
The power of integrity. Where do we find power?
In the light.
Yes, the contradiction is this. We find power in the darkness.
Bring it to the light.
We bring it out into the light. We find the light in the darkness and we bring it out. And what's the light? In this metaphor, we go into the darkness to find the light and we bring it out. What's the metaphor? What are we finding light in the darkness? What's the light?
The truth.
What truth though? For them, for you. It's only one word. I don't give a fuck. I only care about this one word.
Pain.
You guys must not watch the video 50 times like me.
Vision.
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 Their vision.
Just to
So we're
start
going
throwing out.
into the darkness to find their vision, and that's the source of power for integrity. Their source of integrity is the pain. The power is the vision. Okay? Saturday, we're going to take a stand for integrity. Now that we went and found the power of integrity, it's not being afraid of the darkness, going into the darkness to find your vision, to find your light. We know the source of integrity is our greatest pain and not be afraid of it. Because why are we afraid of our greatest pain? We bring out to the light. That's the timeline exercise. Okay, helps you find the source of integrity. Saturday, we're going to take a stand for integrity. And that's why we do the choice line. You guys remember choice line?
Yeah.
We're making a choice. Choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. Do it. So those are the frames. The last one, Sunday. How do you live in integrity? Living in integrity. How do you live in integrity?
By being whole and complete, lacking nothing, by bringing everything from the shadows and darkness into the light.
That's right. And how does that stay alive? That to live that way. How do you stay alive living that way?
With community.
Community.
Feedback from community.
Community. Because how do you know you're really standing in the light? How do you know that you're in integrity?
You don't. It's just your interpretation. By yourself.
You can't. Because how do you share with someone that I acknowledge I'm late and I'm committed to be on time? If no one's around, who gives a fuck you were late? How can you honor your word when you can't give your word to anybody? So the bottom line is this. You want to live in integrity, you have to live in community. You guys ever thought it that way? Isn't that kind of funny? But it's fucking practical. You think about it. Everybody thinks, oh, I can live in integrity. Yeah, okay, go ahead, show me how.
Dude, I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on, let me just log out and come back.
It's calling you out of the darkness of your porn into the light.
Very cynical.
You start playing with his nipples in a minute.
Oh, so it's that type of coaching call.
That was fun. You start playing with his nipple. Could you see him?
Excuse me. Sorry.
So speaking of that, that's the other part of coaching is you got to have a lot of fun. Do you know why we can have a lot of fun? Because we don't take ourselves serious. Look, ask Caleb and Derek when he gets back from jerking off. When you guys leave the room, we laugh our ass off because we do the most stupid things as human beings. We can't take it serious. Some people say, shit, we laughed at Kelby 1,000,000 times. That guy just fucking says things. Then where do you think we got the name Mickey Mouse from? Fucking Steven going irate crazy. Like, what the fuck's he saying? We have to interpret. At the end, we'll say, who understood what he said? What did he say? You know, it's like fucking hilarious. Because we know we're not perfect. No one's perfect. And we get to enjoy being humans. Just fucked up. Now watch this.
I did wonder what this call would be like in terms of the frame you were going to create and how different you would be, maybe.
Yeah, even you're not even sure what's going on because for us, the way we talk to each other, I can't talk to you like I did in training because you're not participants anymore. You're at the fucking next level. So it's like Wizard of Oz. I just open the curtain, reveal more shit to you guys so you can see what's behind the curtain of the wizard. Make sense?
Yeah.
So those are our big frames. And I'm going to unpack those as we go. But you got to understand, this is all. This is it. Thursday is what? What's Thursday?
Power of
integrity.
The major exercise is what?
The dark exercise.
The blindfold.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of other things we're going to do there, but that supports being the power integrity. So you'll see how I hold that frame longer. Friday, next day is the what?
Source of integrity.
Source of integrity.
And all we're going to do there is source of integrity. They're going to find out their major pain through what exercise?
Timeline.
The timeline.
Look how simple I make this, guys. Saturday is a stand. Oh, shit. What's Saturday?
Stand for integrity.
Stand for
Are we
integrity.
doing that with what exercise? Choice line exercise.
See? It's that simple, guys.
Whoa, how'd you know that?
What's Sunday?
Living in integrity.
But I'm sorry, we're not supposed to answer. It's living in integrity with community?
You knew that from before. No fair.
That's a question.
See, everybody else failed except for Derek.
Not fair. You
Ask
looked at the
questions.
sheet
Stop
that's right
fucking
in front of us.
Stop making statements. You got to ask questions.
Holy shit.
Oh, hey, Uncle Derek, wait till Jeff hears about certainty. That's going to fuck his mind up.
I'm still
yeah.
thinking of that one.
Oh, shit. You guys bring that up in the training. That'd be a
Because
great way to fuck them up.
that completely comes from warrior background, and it just fucks your mind up when he goes to that.
Me and Caleb are going back and forth about certainty, and then saying's like, you think that's certainty you have? Something to that
We're
effect.
like, yeah, we have certainty.
Kind of like when Morpheus was like, you think that's air you're breathing?
That's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like.
Oh, my God. You think that's funny? Last night I was talking to Colin, and his wife he goes, my wife calls you my Asian guru. I go, tell that racist bitch. Oh, we had so much fun. But
I'm pretty sure you call yourself the Asian guru.
Yeah. But she was saying it mockingly, not in a positive way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I think you do that too.
Derek, no right, wrong order. What are the distinctions that we got to hold in the room? First one is trust the process. Jeff Lindsay and Ben, you better be writing this down. What's the second one? What's another one?
Stay in the 95%.
Okay, 95%. You guys already know that one. What's the next one, Caleb, Derek?
There is no such thing as certainty.
For sure, but that's not one of our principles. Trust the process. Be in the 95.
Mm-hmm.
Ask questions.
That's B95.
95, yeah.
Details matter.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
So listen, in details matter. As a coach, details of their story. And that's how you say in the 95. You got to get the details. So I'm going to
Y'all are not detail oriented like on steroids. The coaching in here has shown just how valuable. Like I resist details, but coaching in this training, man, it really supports you to get there, and that kind of ultimately ends up leading to the systems. But love it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what we're going for when we're asking people questions, right? Is to help them identify the details.
Well, help them identify details because your picture needs more color.
Okay.
You just need more color. You need more pictures. I'll give you an example. Obviously, everything we say is always confidential, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm teaching you guys different things. I can give you illustrations, but this is already public information. I'll show you the difference with details. So Colin's been posting up about his wife calling him a dick, wanted a divorce, she wants to leave him, but that's all one-sided. That's his perspective. I had a call with him. I said, listen, there's something fucking not right here in my picture. I'm missing a lot of shit. So I had a conversation with him last night, and did you know they went to a divorce lawyer? All this started 4 years ago. Do you know all these other things that he's not saying directly? I said, Colin, you're giving us half of a picture. I can't coach you take action until I see the full picture. I got the full picture last night. You'll hear his declaration today because he didn't want to look at the full picture because the full picture has a lot of pain to it. Now notice he went through all that whole training. We're in week 6 now of coaching, and he's really now ready to open up and have the full picture. Everybody comes at a different pace. Did I want him to do that before we left the training? Hell yeah. But I stayed in 95 even after. I don't know shit about him. I got 4 days of his life, more than most people in his life ever know. I got more than coaching more people ever know. He's creating results in his business that he's never done before. He's fucking blowing up his business. But the place that mattered the most just needed me to keep on asking more questions, more questions, more questions. Details matter. Because now he got all the details in his pictures full, he's able to take an action step. So he ended the conversation last night saying, fuck me. I go, what's wrong? He goes, now I've changed my declaration for tomorrow. And you'll hear his declaration. But I just had to get more details. Once I come to a conclusion, I know what's best for you, Colin, I'm fucked. It's about my ego. It's not about Colin's transformation. He had an epiphany, said, oh, fuck. My question was, what are you going to do next? I did not tell him what to do next. I asked him, what are you going to do next? Jeff Busky and I had a conversation yesterday about his enrollments. And one of the people he enrolled, I asked, what are you going to do next in that conversation? What's he going to do next? And later, Jeff asked that person the exact same question. And Jeff knew exactly what he had to do next with that person based on the person's answer to what are you going to do next? Because when someone answers that question, they're telling you where their worldview is. They're telling you where their box is. Did the O or the X that they gave them sit in that box? Because if I ask you what are you going to do next, and as a coach, you guys go, well, I'm going to tell people what to do. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to say you didn't get the X's in your box. Not right or wrong. I just know where you guys are at. If I say, what are you going to do next? You can say, I'm going to let the X's sit in my O box. I'm going to get curious, live in the 95, and get details. I'm going to trust the process. Then I know you let them sit in your box. Notice I asked you a question versus telling you what you're going to do next. By me asking you, if you're going to coach Lindsay, ask them, what's your next step? Based on what they say, they digested it or they resist it. Okay? So details matter. Watch what happens, Colin. The next 6 weeks, watch what happens in Colin's life. But it took him this long to get here. The things you got to resist is you're going to, I should have asked him that at the beginning. No, he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Are you committed in coaching to their transformation, not your timing and being a fucking genius. It's like parenting, Ben. You can't control how fast your kids get there. You can influence it by the questions, by leadership. But at the end of the day, they make the decision because every child's different. So we got 6 o'clock. I got one more for you guys. Give me permission, 5 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5 more minutes. Stop it. Stupid. Another one's don't quit. The distinction of don't quit. What does the word quit mean to you guys? When someone quit.
I lived it. I live wanting to quit. Well, you're giving up on your buddy, your friend, and yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, giving up. But what are we giving up in the context of a coach? We quit. What are we giving up?
We're giving up on
Information.
We're giving up on their lives,
Giving up
On their vision.
their transformation.
yeah, we're giving up on their marriage. We're giving up on their kids. We're giving up on their
Vision.
entire world.
Mm-hmm. What else?
For me,
We're giving up on our own vision.
not quitting is being committed to like trusting the process. And because for me, I've got like this underlying desire to like save people. And so I find myself being impatient when trying to help them. So for me, not quitting is staying patient, continuing to ask those questions, and being committed to the process.
Okay. But what are you quitting on when you quit?
Your integrity.
Your integrity. Bottom line, keep it simple. You're giving up on your word. And when you give up on your word, there's consequences. You get back into integrity, there are consequences. Ben was feeling sick before this call, and he says, and a lot of this is culture shit with Ben. He's a fucking Asian wrapped in a white body. I told them before, I think British people are white Thai from Thailand. Because that's my experience of Thai people. They always have this outside face that everything should be good and happy, and anything interrupts it, they just don't show up to the party because they don't want to bring bad energy or make people sad. Fuck that. Be authentic, right? But Ben almost quit before this call because he wasn't feeling well and he didn't want to bring no negativity to this conversation. He didn't want to be, if he wasn't his best. But if he would have quit on himself, he wouldn't got the gifts he's getting, which he's about to tell us. Each of you about to tell us what's your biggest takeaway, your gift. Don't quit on your word. If you say you're going to do something, you can't go back on it. You have to do it, or you're going to be out of integrity. So be careful what you fucking say you're going to do. If Jeff didn't have the conversation with me, the day I sent out that email, he said yes. Then he called his office to clear out. He could clear out the meeting. Then guess what? He wouldn't be a coach in the room. But he had a conversation with me. Now he's going to have to fucking watch this whole hour video, write something up on it, and convince me that he's clear. And not doing a word video, write this shit up. Take time, process it through your brain, and type it out. Because I'm going to ask him, where's the distinctions we taught? Let's see if he watches the video. I'm going to ask him all these questions from our videos I asked you guys, and he has to give me answers. Because he can't come in the room with his agenda and fuck up, bring in we have X and O's in the box, he brings in a T. Like you said, Ben, he can ask a lot of questions, but if it's about his own fucking agenda and not opening up the context that we're in, the space that we're in, he can fucking derail everything.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, when you quit, you have to know this, you can't quit. You guys just stepped into a space that's bigger than you ever played in. And I don't care how many times you've been in this space, Caleb and Derek, this space, again, it new involves every time there's new people. And you want to quit because you will be attacked. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you will be attacked. Why will you be attacked physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? By wanting to be a coach.
Because you're opening yourself up to living at the highest level of integrity.
Okay, that's what you're doing, but why would you be attacked? You're living to the highest level of integrity.
There's a duality to our nature. So to every light, there's a darkness, an opposite side of darkness to it. So when you're trying to do big shit, equally big shit on the negative end is going to try to attack you.
Absolutely. What else? Why would you be attacked?
I think it's
Because we
because
are
you're going
being
to
coached by you.
Well, because I'm gonna fucking shed light on you guys. And when you think you're nice and you get a little puffy chest and you think like you got your shit together and you know everybody in the room and you fucking know the training, I'm just gonna kick you in the dick and deflate it. Because you think you're becoming a teacher and you forgot that you're a student. Because you're gonna get more knowledge than everybody in that room. But knowledge means shit unless you live it out. We all know we should love one another. Then why is there war? Knowledge means shit. It's the application of what you know. You can know one thing in your life and apply it all, and you'd be amazing. Why else will you be attacked? You're expanding the duality.
because you're living in the 95. You're asking questions. You're prompting them to get triggered.
Well, you're not only prompting them to get triggered. So that's not true. We're not asking questions to get them triggered. We're asking.
But you make the question you ask me trigger them, I guess. Yeah.
And who else are they going to trigger?
Gonna trigger me because I'm gonna be attacked by believing my own stories when they give me their shit. When they give me their bullshit, my bullshit's gonna come up.
That's the main reason you're gonna be triggered, attacked. You're being attacked by your own stories that you believe and you hold on to be absolute truth. That 1%, that 4%. Yeah. You're gonna get triggered when you hold on to something to be absolute. The attack you get physically, mentally, emotionally, I believe, physically, Ben, you're getting sick before this call because you're comfortable in your comfort space. And if you come on the call, you're gonna expand your comfort zone. You can see some things in yourself that maybe you're not ready to see yet. And so your body manifests illness so that you have an excuse not to show up on the call. That's just my simple belief. Because you're fine, healthy, and whole before this, but notice right before something will have problems. There's not an accident that you showed up 4 minutes late, Caleb. There's a reason. Does this make sense, guys?
Yep.
Tell me, why will you be attacked? So don't quit, because you will be attacked. Tell me why.
Accountability feels like an attack when you're not ready to accept your behavior.
There you go. Accountability will feel like an attack when you're not ready to accept it. What else?
Because I'm stepping into a new level for myself. And if I'm going to be leading people, like my shit's going to get challenged just like their shit.
Your certainty, Jeff, your certainty will be challenged. See how certain you really are. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Caleb, and I'm saving it for Caleb and Derek. They get to fuck with you in that word certainty later.
I also feel like by being a part of this coaching and declaring that this is something I want to do, it's like I'm asking to just be triggered as fuck.
Yeah, because this.
Oh, you just wait. You have no fucking idea.
This beautiful thing over here is going to attack you. See the light coming in? It gets brighter and darker. I'm bringing more light into you. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. Now it's away. There it is. I'm going to shine so much light, and you're going to shine light by the simple questions you're asking. You can expose yourself. Mm-hmm. You can feel naked and vulnerable, and you think we're attacking you. Hey, you're the one got naked and vulnerable and showed us that scar. I'm not fucking attacking you. That's your story. We're constantly killing stories in ourselves. Fucking feels like an attack, so don't quit. All right, we're at it's 6:09. Got 1 minute. Wrap it up. Tell me this: what's your biggest takeaway from today?
Me, my biggest takeaway is that I know nothing. I've done this a lot of times, and there's always moments where I come up wanting to know something and act like I know something, and I'm just learning to just stay in the 95%.
You know nothing.
Always the student, never the teacher.
Student, never teacher. Great.
Thanks, Yoda.
My My purpose is to lead others to transformation.
Your biggest takeaway is your purpose, lead others to transformation.
Mhm.
Who else?
The difference between a teacher and a coach is leadership.
And the thing for me is 95% as in this position we're going into this training is trying to process that at the moment is quite interesting. Just how, so for me it's exciting. You know, I've got to ask questions that I'm not used to asking to get. So for me, that's one of the biggest things I'm taking out of it, and have to kind of ask more questions on is the 95%, how I'm in there and how we stay there.
Okay, Derek?
Always the student, never the teacher.
Okay, just making sure I didn't know you were making fun of Caleb.
I would never.
Sebastian, you know you said the 5 distinctions. I've only got 4.
I know, I only got 4 too.
Trust the process.
Stay in the 95.
Committed to is it committed to results, not the what it looks? I don't know.
Good question. You are not attached. You're committed. You're not attached how things look like or need to be. You're committed to the result. You're not attached. You're committed. Okay? So for you guys, we'll be grounding you over and over this. Hey, are you attached to how things have to look like? Or are you committed to that result?
Not attached, no, but you're committed. Yeah, I go. Yeah.
Because you might be working on sound, Ben, working with me on sound. All of a sudden I say, hey, Ben, jump in there and do X, Y, and Z. And you got to go, oh, fuck. Nope, you just do it. You're committed to the result. You have to trust the process. That I see something you don't see. If you go say something, it will change the whole what's going on there and help us get to the result faster.
Yeah.
That's why Derek jumped up and did that dream killer. That wasn't in our plan. It was what was needed. That's why I said you guys just got to be committed to the result transformation. Do whatever it takes. Be not attached. This is how a coach should look like, or this, that. We know how a coach should look like? A servant of all. You do whatever it takes for them to get their chance.
Bless you.
Cool. All right, guys. Great first meeting. Getting you some foundations here. We'll unpack the training on the next call. And if you guys have any questions, I'll start a thread because Jeff has to give us an answer to all this stuff. And you guys will actually tell Jeff if he got the call or not. It's not me. He has to hold the space with you guys. Okay? You'll see how this is done. Thank you for being on this journey. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo!